Hello and welcome to Arlington, Texas. Located in the DFW Metroplex between Dallas and Fort Worth and just 15 minutes south of the DFW International Airport. Arlington is most known as the home to 5 professional sports teams, including the Dallas Cowboys and the 2023 World Series champs, the Texas Rangers. It is also home to the National Medal of Honor Museum. Arlington is ranked as the 49th largest and the 5th most diverse city in the United States, with a population just shy of 400,000 people. I am Alicia Collins-Butler, the Senior Director of Education, Workforce, and Community Development for the Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce, and this is our Regional Action Plan for the 2024 Economic Mobility Fellowship. Kicking off with the Chamber's mission statement, together we champion economic and community prosperity. We achieve our mission through 4 core strategies: growing our members' businesses, fostering economic prosperity, and amplifying the voice of business, and developing the community's future. For the purpose of our regional action plan, we will be focusing on our 4th core strategy of developing the community's future. The problem. Let's identify what's going on in Arlington. Tarrant County, Arlington in particular, is grappling with several talent challenges that impact its workforce development and economic growth. These challenges center around education attainment, adequate credentialing, and connecting students with higher wage jobs. The varying levels of education attainment among Tarrant County residents is one of the primary talent challenges. While the county boasts a number of highly educated individuals, there remains a significant portion of the population without higher education degrees or certifications. According to recent data, only about 30% of adults in Tarrant County have a bachelor's degree or higher. This disparity of educational attainment creates a gap in the talent pool, making it difficult for employers to find qualified candidates for more advanced positions. In addition to formal education, the lack of adequate credentialing poses a significant challenge in Tarrant County. Many industries, particularly in technical and skilled trades, require specific certifications and credentials that go above and beyond traditional college degrees. However, there's a disconnect between the available credentialing programs and the most up-to-date credentials required by industry. This gap results in a workforce that may have general education but lacks specific skills and certifications demanded by employers. The third major talent challenge in Tarrant County is effectively connecting students to local higher wage jobs. While there are many educational and training programs available, there is often a lack of clear pathways that lead students from education to employment. Many students, especially those from underserved communities, struggle to navigate the transition from school to the workforce. This challenge is compounded by a lack of awareness about career opportunities and the necessary steps to attain them. Addressing these talent challenges in Tarrant County requires a multifaceted approach that includes improving education attainment, ensuring adequate credentialing, and creating a robust connection between students and high-wage job opportunities. By focusing on these areas, Tarrant County can develop a more skilled and competitive workforce, ultimately driving economic growth and prosperity in the region. The data. Let's take a look and see what the data shows us. Arlington by the numbers. We have a median household income of just above $58,000 a year, with an unemployment rate of 3.9%. 30% have bachelor's degrees or higher, and 32.9% of the population lives in poverty. The poverty rate in Arlington, which affects nearly 1/3 of the population aged 64 years and younger, is a reminder of the economic hardships many residents face. Educational attainment is closely linked to these poverty levels, which approximately 30% of adults in Tarrant County hold a bachelor's degree or higher. A significant portion lacks advanced education, This gap impacts the quality of local workforce and limits access to higher wage jobs. Looking at the academic institutions that we have in Arlington, we focus on our K through 12 institution, Arlington ISD, by the numbers. With 8,000 staff members, 59,000 students, 78 campuses, and a graduation rate of 85.7%. It is also worth noting that our at-risk population is 67% of students are at risk of dropping out of school and 74% are on free and reduced lunch. Looking at Tarrant County College by the numbers, we have 6 campuses with serving over 100,000 students, 82 degree programs, and 132 certification programs. Looking at the university in our backyard, University of Texas at Arlington by the numbers, they are accredited as a Tier 1 research facility with 48,000 students enrolled and a economic impact from student alumni of $22.2 billion and 216,544 jobs annually. Still, there seems to be a career readiness gap between education and industry, with industry reporting that 50% of students are actually prepared for the workforce, with educators reporting that 80% of students are ready. And looking at the data and the information, we prepared our regional action plan. We did a SWOT analysis to address the possible gaps we are currently facing. So our strengths, our chamber partnerships. The chamber focuses on our partnership with all of our academic institutions, Arlington ISD, Tarrant County College, and UT Arlington, and our community partnerships. Our weaknesses, the recruitment technologies, limited knowledge and access to opportunities, employer support, and financial support. With the opportunities that we have and that we address during this regional action plan, we have the ability to create a proactive approach to workforce strategies and establish a regional workforce narrative. Coming together is the only way we get to do this. The threats that we can identify is community partners operating in silos and individual agendas. Looking at one of our strengths, we can share that each one of our educational institutions have worked and partnered together to create articulation agreements between K through 12, 2-year and certifications, and 4-year degree plans, serving each other and being able to bring students through an educational pipeline. Looking at the Greater Arlington Chamber's approach, under developing our community's future, we focus on community development, which fosters corporate citizenships, tells the story of Better Together, and engages our nonprofit members. In K through 12, we operate under Partners in Education, where we foster business engagement, career exploration, scholarships, and the largest entrepreneurship contest in the country for kids, 3rd through 12th grade. We also look at workforce development and establishing a regional committee, industry consortiums, implementing talent pipeline management strategies, and convening in industry and educators for impact. Focusing on a community that is ripe to take advantage of a pipeline of programming and then connecting with jobs. The Greater Arlington Chamber of Commerce is heavily invested in breaking the socioeconomic cycle for K through 12 students. They have developed unique partnerships with Arlington ISD to provide a consortium of K through 12 programming. This begins with career exploration in 3rd grade and culminates with the student practicum program during their senior year. However, there is a notable gap in support from students after high school. The Chamber has only recently begun to address this issue, recognizing the lack of services for those transitioning from secondary education to post-secondary education or the workforce. Offerings through Arlington ISD provides 144 career technical education courses of study with offering 36 industry certifications that are 100% paid for by the district and have achieved 960 certifications earned to date. One of our programs falls under the Tier 3 of Leading the Change is our Workforce Practicum program, where we have successfully placed 234 students in 77 businesses and internships. The vision for Arlington is to create a cohesive regional workforce narrative that aligns educational outcomes with industry needs. This narrative will serve as a blueprint for an internal strategy to maintain a consistent and scalable flow of employees, meeting the demands of the top 5 industries identified by the Arlington Economic Development Corporation. The goals of the Regional Action Plan would be to address streamlining and standardizing job descriptions and hiring practices tailored to specific needs of local industries. This will help educators design curriculum that aligns closely with industry expectations, ensuring that students acquire the relevant skills and knowledge needed for specific roles. Clear and precise job descriptions, coupled with better prepared candidates, will reduce the time and resources spent during the recruitment process, allowing for more targeted recruitment efforts. Our key steps. As we have it set out, we have 4 key steps to this regional action plan. Establishing a regional workforce development committee to include the Greater Arlington Chamber, the Fort Worth Chamber of Commerce, and Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County. Develop industry-led consortiums targeting 3 to 5 of our local partners and 5 targeted EDC industry clusters, and create the convening space to bring industry and education together. So let's look at those steps even further. So we're on this journey of ready, set, go. Let's see what it looks like. Step 1, assemble our strategic partners, Workforce Solutions for Tarrant County, Fort Worth Chamber of Commerce, and Arlington Economic Development Corporation. Step 2, assemble industry consortiums in the top 5 specific industries from the EDC: aerospace, products and manufacturing, automotive manufacturing, healthcare, medical equipment and supplies, industrial machinery, professional and business services. Step 3. Step 3 is to implement the talent pipeline management process. Looking at the 6 strategies proposed in TPM, after aligning the consortiums, we will implement the engage in demand planning, communicate competencies and credential requirements, and analyzing talent flows. TPM has a value stream to show that this is an employer-led directive, putting employers in the driver's seat to share with educators what is actually needed for the workforce of tomorrow. Step 4, assemble our educators. In Arlington, our educators are ready and waiting and actively interested in what industry has to provide. Our educators that are assembled are Arlington ISD, which serves our K-12 education system, Tarrant County College, which serves our 2-year degrees as well as credentials and micro-credentialing, University of Texas at Arlington, which is our 4-year degree university. Step 4 is also our educators' response to what industry has proposed in Step 3. This will allow educators the ability to align skills, align curriculum, advance micro-credentialing, provide upskilling current talent opportunities, and to ultimately build the talent pipeline for Arlington. How will we measure our success? This is a lofty goal. We have a lot to tackle in a very short amount of time to do it with this particular project. This isn't something that will be solved overnight, and we know that. This is several years in the making, and we continue to focus our efforts on it. The Greater Arlington Chamber is committed to ensuring the success of the proposed regional action plan by implementing metrics to track progress and outcomes. This comprehensive approach will help identify areas of improvement, celebrate achievements, and ensure that the plan remains aligned with the needs of the Arlington's top industries. Success will be measured on 4 key performance indicators that reflect the impact of our initiatives on the workforce and local economy. Specifically, the Chamber will measure success through the following KPIs. Our required KPIs for this program focuses on August 2024 through January of 2025. We will increase student access to the Arlington ISD student practicum program by 3 to 5% by eliminating the transportation barrier in efforts to increase real hands-on experiential learning opportunities for low and middle income students. We will assemble 3 to 5 industry partners in the 5 designated industries from the Arlington Economic Development Corporation for ongoing collaboration and skills and credential alignment. Or ensure that 4 employer commitments to change recruiting and hiring and training practices to provide more opportunities for low and middle income workers to be secured. We will also provide 30 low and middle income workers the ability to be placed in well-paying jobs that provide opportunities for upward and economic mobility. These KPIs will